Good morning, Year 5. Today we will start the revision about Chapter 5, Light and Shadow, okay? Light is a form of energy, and we can see the white light is a visible light because it's a light energy that can be seen. So, visible light means the light energy that can be seen. Examples of visible light: white light. We classify the sources of light into natural source and man-made source or artificial source. Natural source as sun. Sun is considered a natural source of light and heat on Earth's surface, while man-made source of light like candles and electric lamps. We know that sun emits different types of radiation, and the white light or the light energy that can be seen is known as visible spectrum. Okay? The properties of light. Light has many properties. At number 1, light reflection. Light travels in a straight line, and light can transmit through different materials. Let's start with property number 1, light reflection. What's meant by light reflection? Light reflection is the returning back of the light, okay, of the surface after falling on it, okay? The famous reflecting surface is mirror, okay? And the steps of light reflection can summarize in 3 points. Number 1, light falls on an object, then the object reflects the light or return back the light, and this reflected light reaches our eyes, help us to see the object. So we can see the things around us due to light reflection. The question now, moon is considered a source of light? No, of course not. The moon is not considered as a source of light because it's a dark object, okay? It doesn't emit light, but it appears luminous in the sky because it reflects the sunlight, okay? Property number 2, how does light travel, okay? Light travels in a straight line, as we see, when we have a 3-card board, okay, each one contains a hole, and the holes lies at a straight line, and we turn on the torch from this side, okay, and we stand in this side, we can see the light of the torch, okay, because light can travel in a straight line, okay? Light travels in a straight line. Light travels at about 300,000 kilometers per second, and this is known as light speed or light velocity, okay? So nothing travels faster than light. From the application of light reflection, okay, we have a device known as periscope, and the periscope is a device for observing things from a hidden position, okay? It's made up of mirrors placed at an angle of 45 degrees at each end of the tube, okay? With the use of 2 mirrors placed strategically, light entering the top of the periscope can reach the person viewing it below, okay? Periscopes are used in submarines. They are also ideal for looking over a wall or around a corner, how else, okay, and from many positions. The part number 2, how are shadows formed? How are shadows formed? How do they change in size and in shape? Okay, in order to form shadow, there must be number 1, presence of light source, okay. Number 2, an opaque object to block the path of light. Number 3, a surface or a screen in which a shadow of an object can appear, okay. A shadow is formed because light travels only in a straight line. And when the path of the light is blocked, a shadow is formed. Okay? Do you know that the size, length, and the position of the shadow can be changed? Okay? When the nearer object from the light source, okay, when the object becomes nearer to the light source, the object has bigger shadow. And when the object becomes away or farther from the light source, the object has a smaller shadow. Okay? So changing the distance between the screen and the object will affect the size of formed shadow on the screen. Okay? Also, the length of the shadow differ according to the position of light source, where when the light source is directly above the object, the length of the shadow become the shortest one. The last property of the light can transmit through different materials. Okay? We can classify the object according to their ability to transmitting light into three types. Number one, transparent object. Number two, translucent object. Number three, opaque object. Okay? So what the difference between them? Transparent object, the object that allow the most of light to pass through, okay? And they hardly cast any shadow. Examples of transparent object, transparent glass, transparent plastic, okay? Transparent glass windows, okay? While translucent objects means the objects that allow only some light to pass through, okay, and they cast faint shadows, light shadows, okay. Examples of translucent materials or translucent object: frosted glass, okay, and baking paper, tissue paper, thin fabric. All of them are translucent materials. Opaque material, objects that don't allow the light to pass through, okay, and it casts dark shadow. Opaque objects cast dark shadows. Example of opaque object: metal sheet, wood, rubber mat, okay, thin fabric. All of them are considered opaque object. Okay. How do we measure the intensity of light? How we can measure the intensity of light? We can find out how much light passes through an object by using a light sensor attached to data logger. Okay? A light sensor is used to measure the intensity of light, okay? And the unit of measurement for light intensity is lux. Okay? Thank you, Year 5, for your good listening, and goodbye.